it's campaign time, and it's an interesting time. A lot of different things going on. Some of the things we go through again and again. I, I just wanted to say something. You know, I over the years have come to respect you for your fairness. I know you're friends with people that I may not be friends with, whatever the case, and I really have no complaints about you. Your guys, Kuziak and Reardon, um, I can't tell you. Yeah, I don't get a chance to listen to them, but I hear about them, and people just need to know. When they hear them rap on me all the time, all the time, all the time, that there's a personal thing there. It was about 6 years ago. So I used to be friends with Kuziak. He's always been a bit of a know-it-all and all that. But you get. But he was an interesting fellow, and we were friends, and I supported him in his various races for office. Councilman here, councilman there, that kind of stuff. But one day, 6 years ago, I'm standing down there by the clerk's office, last day of filing, and he walks up to me and says, "You can support me for the county council, aren't you?" And I go, "You're running for the county council?" He said, "Yeah, sure. You're going to support me, right?" I said, "Did you talk to anybody?" He said, "No, I'm running against Tom O'Donnell." And Tom, by all accounts, now is considered to be one of the better councilmen we've ever had. And I was committed to him. And I said, "No, I really can't do that. It's a little late for that." From that day forward, I was a bad guy. And anything I do, and even if I do, anything I do can be interpreted bad. Anything. As far as Reardon goes, he there's a friend of mine that his wife had lots of problems with. He represents an engineering firm out of Minnesota. He doesn't think that we deal with him right or whatever. So people always in politics, you have to look at the personal background of it. So I'm a particular target of theirs.
Has Reardon's engineering firm ever done any work with you in the surveyor's office?
No. No. We review their things from time to time. No, they haven't.
Is that a factor, do you think?
I, I can't say. I can't say.
Well, Reardon and Kuziak both have been critical of you in the past, and you're saying it's not just an issues thing; it's also a personal thing.
I'm saying that's not an issue thing at all. It's a personal thing. But let me segue into something with that. Representative Mara Candelaria Reardon. She is not. We are not particularly close, and she would not admit to this. But let me just say this: the bill that passed, the Little Calumet River Basin bill, I would congratulate her on that, and I think that is a very positive step. What's interesting is, and this would grate all of them who supported it to admit to this, but this year it's so much better than it was when they tried to push it through last year. And my point is, well, why is it? Well, first of all, and there's some very basic things. I touched on this a little bit last time. One of the things that Mayor McDermott and I immediately jumped on was the representation level. It wasn't fair. It just didn't work right, and that was an issue when they were pushing the bill a year ago. They said, no, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. You don't want to make it political. Well, they changed it. It's better this year. Number two, I said, I don't think you're putting enough money in here because I know it's going to cost a lot more money to finish the project. They told me I was stupid. I mean, and everything that I brought up, I was wrong about. But guess what? They changed that too. There's a lot more money coming in this year with this bill. Number three, I said, I looked at the map and I said, wait a minute. The Little Calumet River Basin is the watershed is bigger than this. You can't include just part of it in order to be fair and to be objective. They said, no, you're crazy. Guess what? They changed that too. So the bottom line is that I feel good about the fact that we agitated, and you asked me sometimes, well, why do people get upset with you? We felt strongly about some of the issues, and Mayor McDermott stopped that bill from passing and caught a lot of grief on it. And I got a lot of grief from going around and talking about a conservancy district, an alternative. But that was part of the negotiation process. It kept their feet to the fire. And finally, Representative Sala, they, got together and did some things. So what you have is legislators taking a good idea and people having input to make it better. So is it a perfect? No, they really should have gone with a tier system. There's some other things, but I also recognize in politics that you don't get everything you want. It's a matter of compromise. So that's what I do, and that's one of the things that. So I congratulate her and Senator Mervan and some of the others that were involved in this, and I was glad to be an irritant in the shoe of the steps toward progress.
Well, do you think that, and you know what, you took a lot of grief here on the air even during the Conservancy District debates, basically, and do you think that a lot of so you think that debate furthered along this passage of the bill?
Oh, no question, no question. And if you, and in the end here, I was very, very careful. I mean, I was very careful not to in any way stand in the way of this issue. And even though I was trying to help the folks in Crown Point and Hobart and Lake Station because they had a legitimate concern, and my friend Mayor Uran came in here at my suggestion to talk about this. Even with that, I made sure that I didn't do anything that would cause that some difficulties because it had been substantially improved.
219-845-1100.
And that brings up another point. My opponent gets on the air and says, this isn't all that difficult. This isn't all that hard. He says, what you do is you come up with a plan and you implement it, and then the funding will follow. That makes me laugh. None of this is nothing in government comes easy.